Hey cuties, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new. I'm Cora and today I am back with another CC haul. We're gonna have a look at around 100 CC items today for both your male and female Sims. As always, you can find the links to everything in the description down below. And if you enjoyed today's video and you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to never miss any of my future uploads. Without further ado, if you want to grab a snack and a drink, do that, pause the video, come back, let's talk about life as we always do in this. There's actually one new pack by a CC creator that I am absolutely excited for in this video. It's a pack by Serenity and they made some really cute clothing and hair for your female Sims, and I am just obsessed and so excited to share it with you guys. But that put aside, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but honestly, I am so exhausted. I don't know what it is because ever since a week or so, maybe even a bit longer, I have just been I felt so drained and still feel drained, so tired. It's kind of strange. I'm gonna go into a little bit of like a mental health thing for the next few minutes, so if you don't want to hear about that, just mute me for the next minute or so and skip ahead, or just do whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm not gonna go into great detail, but definitely gonna talk about my depression for a little bit because I did see a psychiatrist, I think 2-ish weeks ago, and about a different diagnosis, and we couldn't verify that yet, and I do hope to get like some sort of new diagnosis because I feel like I'm just like stuck in this rut and I don't know how to get out of it. And I have tried, if you are a long-time viewer of this channel, you will know that last year around the same time, I think I started trying 2 different antidepressants and they both haven't worked, and I don't know why. And this psychiatrist now gave me something else. I don't necessarily know if it's like classic antidepressant or whatever, but it's supposed to help with like depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And he said to expect some like side effects of like feeling like you have a stomach bug or something like that, like nausea and upset belly, but I didn't get any of that. I'm just hit with this like overwhelming feeling of depression, and I find it hard to describe how do you feel when you're depressed to other people who haven't shared a similar experience. I feel like a lot of people think that people with depressions are always sad, and whilst some people definitely are, and it can be part of the diagnosis, it's not the only thing. For me it's usually just that I have zero energy, like I can't do or get through anything, and it's so annoying. Even showering for me is like a huge task, and it's just so hard. I've been meaning to do my laundry for the last 2 weeks now and I still haven't gotten around to it. And then on top of that, we got a new foster cat a week and 2 days ago, and he has not been doing so well. He's fine physically, but he just refuses to eat. We went to the vet with him. He's just very I wouldn't call him shy. I think he's just very sad because he had to leave his home and that he lived in for the last 4 years with his brother and this other cat. And we recently found out, because the woman said that the cat was aggressive to the other 2 cats. We recently found out there was only 1 incident of him attacking one of the 2 cats, so not even both of them. And then ever since, she's separated them and said that he was like growling when he saw the other cat or whatever. But we kind of feel like he needs a companion again. Like he feels probably sad that there's no one around, and he does profit hugely from me spending time with him. And I'm currently not doing any uni. It only starts in April again, so currently not have to do that. So I just try to spend as much time as I can with him because he just really profits from it. Like when you sit down with him and you stroke him, you talk to him, you can see that he kind of gets more confident. And actually last night, because he had 2 toys that I put kind of where he always chills, and I saw that last night he was playing with one of them, so that's a good sign. And I started like doing a little bit of playing with him today, which is like the first day he's ever really been interested in it. So that is like super exciting. And the vet gave us some like high calorie liquidy food food that's supposed to have all the nutritions in it, so he's not, you know, starving to death, because I never thought a cat would let itself starve to death, but he was just refusing to eat. He wouldn't eat his dry food that he used to have, the wet food he wouldn't eat. He didn't eat tuna, he didn't eat any of the treats that I gave him. So like, you know, there was nothing I could do, and it was really frustrating because I felt so bad for him and I just wanted him to feel better. And he is just the cutest boy ever. With previous cats, I've never had a cat apart from the very first cat I ever had, who was kind of the same age as me, and he died when he was 12 and I was 12. And ever since that, I never had a cat that did not scratch or bite like at all in any circumstance, and he doesn't. I mean, I have literally stroked him when he was like hiding or hidden away somewhere, or tried to get him out of some tight spots where he shouldn't be in just for his own safety. Like, we blocked all of that up because he went behind our kitchen counter when we were like planning to go to the vets on Tuesday, which we did, but we couldn't find him for 40 minutes to an hour, something like that, and he was hidden behind our kitchen counters, and that's obviously not somewhere you want your cat to be. And so we had to like kind of drag him out of it, and it was just horrible. And he's really strong. I don't know why. I'm like definitely weaker than him, which is interesting, but he is definitely strong, a very strong boy. And I tried to get him, and obviously I had to like pull him out, and he didn't scratch or bite or hiss or growl or anything, and he's just the sweetest little thing. And I hope that the new cat and him are gonna be friends. I'm a little bit nervous about socializing them. It's something I never had to do. I know in theory how to do it, but it's gonna be hard because technically what you would do is separate them and then, you know, let them get acquainted by their smells first, and then you would feed them with a separation between them first, maybe like a door, and then you do it so there's a separation but they can see each other. So maybe like a glass wall or something that you put, or like a fence or something that you put in between doors, and then you feed them on each side. But since he is not eating and not very interested in food, it's gonna be very hard. And I think I'm just gonna see how he reacts to cats, because if he has no issue with cats, and this new cat that is gonna come tomorrow actually, he's supposed to be very friendly and like confident and just a really cute kitty cat. So I hope that he can kind of, you know, get him out of his shell and give him like a confidence boost, and that they will just get on without having to do a very long process of separating them and getting to know each other. I hope that they just kind of immediately click, because if not, we're gonna have to literally wait until the cat that we have now, the foster cat that we have now, starts eating so I can even start introducing them to each other. But yeah, it's just been, you know, a lot of emotional stress, I suppose. I do spend quite a lot of my time in his room, like petting him or just read there with him, and it's very uncomfortable because we have this like risen up bed, kind of like a bunk bed, but it's just the top bit that my parents built when I was little, and I slept on it. It's quite high up, but the cat hid under the mattress like the second or third day he was here, so I took the mattress off because I was worried about him like suffocating under the mattress because it's heavy, you know, and I was worried that he would kind of wedge himself under it and then couldn't get out and like suffocate. It was just, I don't know if that's even possible, but I was like, when I saw it, I was like, no, this is not okay. So I took it off, and I put some blankets up there and like some possibilities for him to hide and lay down comfortably and whatever, but it's not very comfortable for humans to sit up there because you just kind of sit on like not the bed frame, but the bit that is underneath. I forgot what it's called, you know, like the wooden beams that are under your mattress. Just kind of sit on that, and it's very uncomfortable, but I have been staying there for multiple hours a day just to like spend time with him and make him feel comfortable, and also feed him his liquid food that he has to eat like 30 milliliters of every day. It's not very much, but it's supposed to be enough to, you know, supply him with everything he needs. And he doesn't lick it from like a bowl or a plate or anything. He only eats it when I put it on my finger. I don't know why, but he only wants to lick it off of my finger. So we've been going through that, and it's just, you know, as you can imagine, kind of a stressful process. And then I think maybe because the medication, I don't know if it's just the side effect of first starting it that it makes me feel more depressed, and eventually it's gonna help. I might need a higher dosage because you always start with like the smallest dosage that you can take, but yeah, I don't know, it hasn't helped so far. He said, the psychiatrist said, to not expect anything in the first 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm trying not to. But it has been like a week and a few days now, almost 2 weeks actually, since I took it, and I haven't noticed any improvement, so that's great. I feel like I'm just a lost case at this point, to be honest. I mean, it would be okay if I didn't have so many other things to take care of, and then uni obviously starts again in April, and whilst I'm excited to leave the statistics part of my university behind me because I did a statistics exam last, I am also not very excited for this next part to come up because it's also about sensory stuff, so you have to learn a lot of biology behind like all your senses, and we had a brief introduction to it in our first ever class of the course that I'm taking, but it's something that really doesn't interest me. Like, I don't care how the eye works. I really don't. I don't care how smelling or hearing or your brain works. Like, I don't care. So the brain actually is something I used to be very interested in, and like with the years of my life that I added to my life, that was such a weird way of putting it, but with the years I just kind of started getting less and less interested in it. I don't know why, but it's just so complex that I would ever really be interested in things that would connect your brain to your mental state. I think, you know, like when there's like a clear connection you can make, that is interesting to me, but it's not interesting to me to look at the brain and be like, oh, this part is called XYZ, it works like this, you know, the whole actual biology behind it is so boring to me. And I don't know how people do it that study that, like people who study biology or people who become a doctor. How do you do that? It's so repetitive and like boring, and for me at least, I know it will be fun to some people, but for me it's so hard to study these things because they're not logical to me. So it's just kind of revising for the point of revising it and knowing it, but it's whatever. This video is coming to an end. I hope you're doing a bit better than me currently, and yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye.